She was winning, and he was pleasantly relieved when the Minister of Defense and his wife came by for a visit. Sadat does not have time for many close friends. He and Ahmed Ismail have been friends since they were young officers and joined the revolution. Revolution came naturally to Sadat, but he was not in government when the officers solidified their power.
I don't like the administration. I don't like it. It is something in my blood. I used to say to Nasser, I can help you, but I don't want to be a minister or something like that. I can help you from my stand in anywhere.
Because Sadat was not publicly apparent as part of Nasser's inner circle, most people judged him to be of little influence. Nasser's presidency, however, was marked by constant power struggles. The villager knew how to survive. Sadat returned to his old job as a journalist. He wrote a book on the revolution. We know now that he never lost contact with Nasser.
The others, when they disagree with him, they declare it and they make a show of it. But I disagreed with him, but we used to discuss this either at his home or at my home, and we used to have very hot discussions.
Nasser electrified and sometimes frightened the world. Sadat's style is different and many believe more effective.
President Nasser was, of course, in many ways the movie star of the Arab world, and his image still dominates a great deal of thought about the proper way of moving toward the future. President Sadat is a quieter man. He's more of a father figure. He's more of the ideal Egyptian villager.
Sadat served Nasser faithfully, often as a spokesman in foreign capitals.
I remember once when he was on his way to America, and people were worrying if he was going to make boo-boos all over the place. And an American friend of Nasser said, well, I don't think Anwar Sadat is smart enough to make any serious mistakes. He's bound to just go over there and be a genial boob everywhere. Nasser turned to this American and said contemptuously, have you ever heard of Goha? And you know who Goha is? Goha is the man in a sort of an Aesop's fable character in Arabic literature who acts like he's a fool, a buffoon, and really, while he's making you think he's a buffoon, he's removed your gold teeth from you without you realizing it. That's what Nasser meant.
For all his travels and apparent worldliness today, it is his village which draws him back. It is only here where Sadat sheds his tailored suits and French ties for his native Galabeya. He lives in the village's only large house. Even as president, he has done little to change the other side of the street. It is much today as it has always been. This is no longer the place where Sadat can walk unnoticed, but at least this is family, and the press of the crowd bothers him less. Here, he is not so much president of Egypt as he is village elder, the boy who made good. Here, Sadat hears blunt complaints about village problems and well-intended admonitions about his health. He relishes the role of patriarch, here and for Egypt as a whole. The villagers and he communicate easily.
Sadat's an Alabama politician. If you want to understand Sadat, understand John Sparkman from Alabama, a man who is highly educated, highly intelligent, but who knows how to say ain't, so that just a faint trace of quotes around it, so that if he's talking to someone who says ain't, they won't notice the quote, but someone who knows better, they will notice the quote. I'd say Anwar Sadat's that kind of a man. He aspires to be pretty much what he is.
It would be an insult for Sadat to visit the village without seeing an even older man, the teacher who taught him religion as a youth. Sadat says he will retire here in 1976, but not many people believe him. Politics is in his blood. Those who oppose him believe he will not easily relinquish power. Those who support him say he couldn't walk away from the problems of Egypt. Whatever the case, Sadat is convincing about the burdens of the presidency.
I have lost everything. I have lost my freedom. I have lost my life as an ordinary man that can walk whenever he feels like it, or stops working when he feels like it. I have lost all this.